Hold on. Stop. Good morning. We're going to do our Monday motivation, and hopefully some people will pop on in while we're getting started. It's already 10:07. Don't want to take up too much of your time. So I'm going to go ahead and play the motivational video. The only thing is I'm going to pause the recording through that video so that it doesn't take up a lot of memory. I find that, that happens when I'm trying to upload it to Workplace. All right. So here we go. I'm going to pause the recording. So that was a great speech. It was by Denzel Washington, and he really hit the nail on the head when he said that if you don't mistake movement for progress. So we got to not only move in the right direction, but we got to progress in that right direction. And so speaking of direction, I picked this little road map or road trip to a successful open house as our little backdrop. And the first thing we want to do when we're preparing for an open house is to decide, okay, am I going to do an open house or should I do an open house? And there's been people who say, if you believe an open house works, then guess what? It's going to work. If you don't believe in open houses, and there's agents out there that don't believe in open houses, then of course it doesn't work for them because they believe it doesn't work. So whatever your belief is, the important thing is to know what direction you want to take that. Okay, so for me, at first, I thought I didn't want to do open houses. And then I changed my mindset on that, and I said, you know what, they do work. And so ever since I've changed that mindset, I've had very successful open houses. So let's begin our journey. And the first thing I do want to put on a little side note here is remember to buddy up with somebody to do an open house. And it's mainly for safety, but also the more people that come into the open house, then you have like backup. Like you can help this family while they're touring the house, or and they can help the other family that comes in, because there's some open houses that end up. You can get 10 to 15 families coming in, especially if the house is priced right. And so that traffic, having two people there or more, you can have 3 or 4, whichever the case may be. So with that said, the first stop on our road trip here is to find the listing. What listing do I want to have an open house for? What price point am I looking for? What neighborhood am I looking to farm, to find out about that particular neighborhood, maybe that price point in that neighborhood as well. So if you don't have your own listing, which, I definitely recommend that you try having open houses for your particular listing. But if you don't, reach out to an agent within the EXP Realty brokerage with the listing in the neighborhood that you want to work. So I have a picture here of one of my listings, and actually 2 in the neighborhood, just to show you that they depends on the neighborhood. So on the left-hand side, I have a house that's in a neighborhood where the houses run, over 300,000 to 500,000 or more, because it's closer to downtown. Now the picture on the right side, it has neighborhoods that the price point runs around 180 to 250 at the most. So it just depends on where do you want to have your open house and where you want to start. Maybe you want to start with the houses around the 250s because that will be your first time buyers, or you feel more confident in working with move up buyers, so then you would do something a little more closer to downtown. The second stop on our road trip here is to promote the open house. So you want to share your listing using your KV Core website by creating a squeeze page. This will help you to gain leads. So if you look on the side here, I have just an example, and the main focus I want you to see here is that the website itself is my first name, last name, Christina Herrera, .exprealty.com. This one is not for an open house. It's where I just listed this particular property. So I couldn't find one for an open house. So I'm just going to work this one. Up at the top, when you publish this on your business page, because remember, Facebook is very particular. They want you to do business on your business page. You will put a nice little talk about here. I would have listed open house coming soon, something like that. And then place my website in there with KV Core. And at the same time, when people click on this to see details about the open house, they will click on your website and it'll give them one chance to look at stuff. But as soon as they go to click again, then it allows them to sign up. And so you might get a looky-loo, but then again, you might get somebody who's starting to look and they're about ready to make that next step. So third stop, promote / or boost your open house is coming soon onto your social media. So for example, in this particular one, I would list here, open house Saturday from 1 to 4. Click below to find out more. And then if you notice down here at the bottom, it says boost. So I could do that. I'll boost this particular open house to let people all around that neighborhood, and you can pick your parameters on Facebook to get them to come on out and check out the open house. Things to do to prepare for the open house. Now that you've already boosted it, you got it out there on Facebook, you ready to make that next move. Let's say you start this on Tuesday of the week. So on Tuesday, once you've already boosted it and got it out there, you want to prepare by number one, having a sign-in, some type of sign-in. Some people use their iPad, some people use paper. I use the First American Title. They give me this really nice little survey checklist, and it gives the people an opportunity to rate the home and then tell me, is it worth the price, things like that. And I can share that with the sellers if I feel like the pricing is a little too high. And a lot of the feedback we got was that we need to lower the price, or there was something the seller didn't realize needed to be fixed. So they put a note in there, yeah, this needs to be fixed, blah, 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 blah. The second thing is print a copy of the seller's disclosure, maybe put it in a binder with sheet protectors so that way people can easily flip through and read the seller's disclosure and see if they have any questions about it while they're there at the open house. And it's good that you read it yourself so that you can be prepared for any of those questions. And if there's something on there that you're not really sure about, then definitely let them know that you will take a note on that and call them back. Step 3, or number 3, is create a flyer with the details about the property. And in this case, it kind of leads into number 4, partner with a sponsor. So let's say you choose a mortgage lender to partner with, then you can go ahead and have that lender create the flyer for you, and then they'll be co-branded because it'll have your name on one side and it'll have the mortgage person's name on the other. And so if you're the buyer's agent and you're doing this open house, that's perfect, because when you hand them that flyer, they have a mortgage person that they can reach out to. And once they do, that partner will reach out to you and say, hey, so-and-so from the open house at 123 Main Street has decided to move forward and they applied. And there you go. You have your buyer ready to take them. Maybe if they didn't want to buy the house you had the open house in, then you can help them find another one. Another thing you can do is door knock the day before the actual open house. Some agents do this depending on the neighborhood, on how close the homes are. You want to reach out to at least that street that the open house is on, bringing them that flyer. You can even bring them that flyer that's created by the partner that you work with as far as mortgage company. Then you can, tell them, hey, you get to choose your neighbor. Like let's say they know a family member that's been wanting to move into that neighborhood to be close to them. Then this is a perfect opportunity for them to come out and check out the open house for that family member. Then either the day before or the day of, you want to put out your open house signs. You want to definitely give them direction, which way to go. Okay, turn left here, follow this arrow, and they end up coming to your open house. These are usually people that are driving the neighborhood and didn't really see your publicity, but at least they're in the neighborhood and visiting some friends, and they might stop by and say, hey, I'd like to know more about this house, right? Oh, and some other partners, before I forget, some other partners you might want to join with are not only lenders, but title companies help, and inspectors. Inspectors are great help. You can even have them come and be there at the home and kind of give them a walkthrough of what to expect from an inspection. So now we're ready to hit the road running. Here are some additional things that you will need to know and expect. First, some of the people that do come in to the open house could be just the nosy neighbor, looky-loo, someone just wandering through to be able to see what's out there and what's available. And they're thinking about maybe listing their home and seeing what type of service you as an agent provide to that particular open house. Another thing, others will come in packs, like a big family. You'll have, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and a few kids. So that's another reason to have a partner here or a couple of partners, maybe another agent, the lender, and yourself. So that's three to be able to handle a big size crowd that comes in at the same time. That's just a thought. Another thing is provide a snack, maybe some water bottles, just a little mini water bottles, just something to make them feel good while they're there, make them feel welcomed. Popcorns is really nice because when you pop it, that scent is around the house. Or if you have cookies, fresh baked cookies, have the seller bake a fresh batch of cookies so that morning smell of the cookies is really nice as well. Especially now we're coming up to the holidays. Maybe even get a candle that's scented with the apple cinnamon or some kind of cookie scent. So that would be cool. Be prepared to ask questions, especially if you're one-on-one with somebody. That first question is, are you working with an agent? If so, that's awesome. Let me know, let your agent know to tell me if they have any questions. If the answer is no, they're not working with an agent. Maybe they're just starting out. They're looking. Perfect. You want to sit down with them and, well, not there at the open house, but you want to let them know that you offer some value. And that value is by doing the buyer's presentation. And so when you sit down with the buyer and you do the presentation, you want to take about 30 minutes of their time. You can meet them at a Starbucks. You can meet them anywhere. So you're telling them this, I want to sit down with you. I want to find out what are your goals and your plans on purchasing a home. So when's a good time to meet? So keep asking those questions. Are you looking in this neighborhood? Do you like the schools here? What is some things that you like about this neighborhood? Things like that, to where they will get excited knowing that you're there to help them. The great open house. Ta-da! You guys are ready and able to go out and do your own open house. Of course, you don't have to do it alone again. Myself as a mentor, or any of the mentors here at EXP, we definitely look forward to giving you that hands-on, one-on-one training that you need if you are looking to do that first open house. All right, so made it a little short, didn't make it too long. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Write a little message down below. Be sure to subscribe to my Team Up with Tina YouTube channel, where I'll be posting a lot more videos and training. All right. Remember to like and share, guys. Take care.